Okay, so we have to redo this again. As always, or usually, sometimes it depends on how we do the podcast, whatever. And part of the reason why I'm redoing this again is for the fact that when we was at Santa Monica and everything, we was getting on the train to go back home, and to actually get ready to set up the podcast, get ready to mark everything down and stuff like that. What actually ended up happening was I was just listening to it a couple minutes ago, and you really couldn't hear anything because I was using the Beats by Dre headphones, just try to talk too loud while I was on the train as well. So, excuse me. So everything that I said earlier, as usual, I have to trash it and whatnot, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. It comes with the territory of doing the podcast, which is cool that we are redoing it, so I'm not tripping off of that. Sometimes it's better to redo it at home than it is at other places and whatever, and stuff like that. And yeah, because I will be honest, I did go to Santa Monica Beach around 11 something today, so wasn't planning on doing that today, but I had to pick up some stuff, whatever. I decided to go ahead and do the podcast there as opposed to doing it at the house, because I was going to do something totally different for the video podcast. I was going to do, like I think I did the first couple episodes, which was go in the backyard, record the sky and whatever. But then I was like, nah, that's pretty corny, and anybody could look up at the sky and imagine things and stuff like that. So I said, let me go ahead and just redo it over at the beach for the video podcast. And I didn't go on top of the pier set in my usual spot. I was actually right by the ocean. So that video should be up on the website in a few minutes and things of that nature. So stay tuned for that. That's going to be up. Other than that, though, I know I did a special podcast yesterday saying that I might not be online for 2018 due to the net neutrality BS that popped off and everything. But you know what? Regardless of the fact, and I had mentioned this in the video podcast and the podcast I did it a few minutes ago. Despite all that, though, I have said that's a creative, a person who does do different creativity things in regards to the platform that I'm blessed with to do. I'm still going to continue to use the platform, which is still free for the time being, to do these broadcasts for you guys. Video broadcasts and regular podcasts and broadcasts. And I said podcasts. Podcasts, broadcasts, shit, same thing. It's only one's different. Well, a little differences, whatever. But despite all that, I decided I'm going to continue on even 2018. Because we're on right now, today's Friday, December 15, 2017. It's precisely 2:34 p.m. So when you really look at it from that point of view right there, we are on week 80 of the regular podcast, while we're on week 42 for the video podcast. So why will I stop myself from not continuing on the podcast on both platforms where we came so far, despite what G Pie had pushed for his own agenda and things of that nature? The idiot not knowing that since you pass a little bill, whatever, that individuals aren't, I'll put it this way, he really didn't think things through, because they talk about, we're going to make the internet how it was a couple years ago. What, like dial-up? Y'all can make the internet like it was a couple years ago, like dial-up, and government controlling what we can see, what we can say, and things of that nature. Like, no. You already have enough power doing all that rest of that stuff. But the crazy thing is, and what's very hilarious about it, is that a G-Pie know what's really going on. At the same time as they do, you mess up your own freedoms and liberties. Like, y'all get the key to these big corporations like AT&T, Verizon, and things to which they can do what they want to do with little bundle packages. could charge you for Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, YouTube. And Ray try to annex, other companies try to annex Netflix for the content that they showing them, whatever, because Netflix getting big, try to kill off freedom of speech, especially online, and that's not cool at all. Especially for those of us, like I said before, that are creators, that are podcasters, DJs, musicians, music producers. Computer coding is a little bit different, but for those that create and make websites and things of that nature, those of us that are creatives and we do different things, small businesses, especially, we all know for full fact it's hard sometimes to get a strong platform to do great things online. So especially we using the internet, like the internet's our bread or butter. Like I do my podcasts for you guys on the internet in order to, make sure things go the right way. And I'm glad this actually came sent, because I actually take a look at this right here, though. But despite all that, we, as a collective of creators that use these platforms, should continue to have our freedom of speech. And it should not be taken away by idiots who don't understand shit and whatever, because they feel, and I heard a lot of days up in there, not DAYS, but THEY. I heard a lot of that during the little FCC spanking, FCC thing yesterday while I was watching it. Shout out to one of my good friends that sent me the link to it to actually hear on the vote. And I was just like, wow. I was like, these fools really are about their own self-gain. They care less about the American people. So we're going to make it easy for you guys. Now, what Obama had put into place is to stop the ISPs, which are internet service providers, for throttling. Throttling means lowering your speed in regards to what you can view in things on the internet. You see, they do that a lot when it comes to the cell phones. How cellular companies will throttle your speed after you pass a certain amount of gigabyte usage and things of that nature. Especially Verizon. Those that got Verizon or used to have Verizon, y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. Where you look at your bill and you're saying to yourself, how am I going to overcharge for something, that I didn't even use? But they can't fully explain as to the reason behind it. So it's things like that make you look and say, wow, like what in the world is truly going on behind the scenes. And it's just corporations trying to pimp out more money for their own self-gain. So, despite all of that, because I did tell all my coworkers, well, I didn't tell my coworkers, but I did tell a couple of the good homies, I said, what? I said a revolution, online revolution is going to happen. And it's going to be major. And the crazy thing is, even though net neutrality did get repealed, they get supposed to get tossed away at the trash. You do have people in Congress that's like, we didn't get our own voices on it, so we about to go ahead and, fight against it. Like, they want to keep the net neutrality because it's fair game. You keep, these internet service providers in check. Everybody be straight. Everybody can set the free web. If not, government comes into play, and y'all know how they do. They screw things up. And you look at other countries, they too don't have freedom when it comes to certain internet things. So it's crazy and sad at the same time as to what's happened. But like I said before, it's not going to stop me, because it almost did stop me from doing what I'm doing right now. Like right now, I'm setting up the website. So by the time you guys hear this, everything else should be updated and on the website as soon as possible and whatever. But the crazy thing is, it's just, a whole lot of silly stuff and whatnot. And hold on for a second, y'all. My nose is tripping. Sorry about that. Allergies is tripping off again a little bit. So, yeah. But regardless of all of that, though, just the fact that we have the freedoms that we can use online, especially for college students, too, and folks in different research fields that actually need to use their internet in order, the free internet in order to take care of certain businesses. It's like you cannot have big business get into the way to mess up everything for everybody. That's not cool at all. But other than that, though, let's get on with week 80. Sessions 386 to 390. December 15, 2017. Now at 2:42 p.m. The Business Minded Leaders hashtag the Wolfstons podcast. Welcome. I'll go by the name of Quinn Moore, also known as Chinchilla Q of HipRockerProductionsCM.com. I do different type of things. I'm an entrepreneur that is a music producer. And so at the same time, what I also tend to do, ladies and gents, is do these type of podcasts each and every week and whatnot. And then from there, do daily posts, daily motivational, inspirational type posts, but posts that can keep you guys moving and going, including myself. I do speak to myself. I do create the posts. And at the same time, while I'm doing that, I do a podcast each every Friday on those topics. I actually been doing this since 2014 when I was doing this business thing called Empower Network, whatnot. And I kind of learned a little bit, speak about different topics and things of that nature from there. And, trying to understand their platform on, post the content out. I was still learning and everything at the time. So around 2014, I was doing that. Then 2015, we was kind of on and off with it. 2016, we was still doing it, the little podcast here and there. We was actually doing like 2 to 3 hour type of podcasts and whatever. But then part of 2016, I kind of said to myself, you know what, how about we just do different daily sessions, like do everything every week, because what I would do is do a topic on one day, post it up on the social media sites, and then speak on that topic to do the podcast. And then I said to myself, how about we just do the podcast each and every week, do the little post and then do the podcast. And so it started from there. But the crazy thing is, and shout out to the folks that had created Empower Network and things of that nature, Justin and some other folks I can't think of their names of at the time being and whatnot. But if they ever do hear this, shout out to them and their top leaders that has set the foundation for it. Because there's a lot of folks that knew that was Empower Network and they left it. But the crazy thing is, they didn't see the full benefit of it. Because the full benefit of it is for us to not, I'll be honest, we can stay in the Power Network or any other type of business like that. But for those of us that, that stay with it, there's nothing wrong with that. What it did was it set the spark and the foundation and things. What it did was set the spark and foundation and things for us to boogie on down and really lead our voices in different platforms. So that's what I did, because I was talking to one of my mentors and a good friend of mine out in Florida about that when I had hit him up when Puerto Rico had that, whatchamacallit, a hurricane or whatever. And then he told me that his family was cool. And then after that, he said how everything was going good. I said everything's a blessing, man. I said, how you doing? He told me that some folks that he knew and introduced to the Empowerment for Business said it wasn't, sitting well cool with him. But I told him, I said, you know what? I said, even those folks, what's cool with you? I told him, I said, bro, I said, I thank you for the blessing in which you had, set a foundation. I told him, I said, what I truly believe is that most folks didn't understand what was truly going on in regards to in regards to that, it was setting up the foundation for folks in their business and how they operate and things of that nature. So he was like, yeah, man, he told me that, that folks probably didn't really understand that. I was like, I don't think that they did. I said, because I understand it completely, what was happening. Because I would not be doing this platform of podcasting for 80 weeks and things of that nature, and 42 weeks going back on the video podcast, because I do have some videos on my YouTube page. Would you guys go to my website at hiprockerproductionstm.com? That is hiprockerproductionstm.com. Go to the hashtag Business Mind Leaders page, and that's where you find the YouTube video of this podcast and things of that nature. But at the same time, once you click on that YouTube link, it will take you to my YouTube channel, and then you can go through all the videos, and then you can see that. You can actually see my actual face, how it looked like, and whatever. And you can see the older videos in which I did on different topics, like I'm speaking about today. So, trust me, I've been doing this for about a good number of years now, and I'm still going strong with it and not quitting with it. That's just why I said it earlier about the net neutrality. Just the craziness of that, and how that has been, screwed over and whatever by G Pi, and just the bullshit that he put with it. And it's like, yo. But like I said before, I still continue on with these podcasts and pushing this stuff out to you guys, because I know pretty soon it's going to pop off in a major way. It's going to pay off in a major way, to which it's going to be a blessing. Then you guys can really see me doing more of the speaking and things of that nature. So, everything is working together. Everything's working together. And including the music. Music been put on hold because I've been trying my best to make sure that this laptop gets cleaned off. Still using a little 4 terabyte hard drive that I have, portable. But I'm trying to make sure I don't just delete everything off of here, because I want nothing to happen with the laptop in regards to the memory or whatever. But I know there's some work that I need to get done as soon as possible. So, yeah, right there, it's like a double-edged sword. And I do want to buy another portable hard drive at the same time. I'm trying to save money for other things. Of course, it's Christmas season too. So, yeah, big gifts for certain individuals and things of that nature. And just a whole lot of other business type stuff in the way too. So it's just a lot. It's tiring at the same time too. Especially we work at a job that doesn't really pay as much as you would like, but everything else that you try to do is a little bit more than what the budget is. Which is life, but that shit about to change too. That shit about to change real quick. I'm not BSing around, I'm telling the truth on that. That shit about to change real quick for everybody that's going through financial issues and things of that nature, to which you're just like, fuck. Just like, fuck. Just trying to make something happen out of nothing. Yeah, I know some of y'all like, dang, that's kind of harsh how you say it like that, the cussing, but in truth, reality, I know that's how some of y'all feel. Y'all just like, frickety, thickety, fuck. Try to make something happen. Seriously. So excuse my language on that. With that though, let's get on with the rest of this podcast, y'all. Let's go ahead and hit it. So for this past Monday, December 11th, 2017, bless Mondays. Keep your eyes straight on the task at hand. Never let a distraction take you away from your focus. My focus could easily been taken away by the bullshit that happened yesterday in regards to the net neutrality vote. And also something else that could have took away my focus towards me doing these podcasts and things of that nature. Like I mentioned earlier, I said I was going to continue to do these podcasts even in 2018. And like I said too, it's part of the bread and butter. Part of the brand for the music. But what I'm not about to let happen is different type of distractions come in the way of what it is that we have been blessed with to do. I'm not about to fold or get distracted by anything else. Everything else is going to work out together for each other. So that's how I'm going to play the game just like that. That's life. Life, you're going to get things that's going to knock you out. It's going to make you say, what the fuck? But at the end of the day, we just have to take a look at the important things of which we want to do. At the important tasks of which we want to accomplish. And not let it get into the way. Too many of us let things get into our way because we can't really focus on the truth and we can't handle what's going on around life. So we just crumble and not fully stay true to what it is that we need to do. So I just want to tell you guys that whatever important tasks and things in life that you have going on, just go ahead and make it happen. Don't get distracted because distractions is going to be there. Distractions are usually a test to see where you're at in life. But once you fight the distractions, then everything else becomes greater than what it is. I think with us as human beings, we just need to learn how to not lose focus. And just truly continue to push for greater things and strive for a greater future. And continue to just knock anything else out the ballpark. Straight up. So we cannot lose focus. We got to continue to push. Because if we don't continue to push, then we already had lost. Straight up. So whatever task you need to take care of, just go ahead and knock it out. Because at the end of the day, it's really going to be a blessing for everybody. Straight up. Let's continue. So for this past Tuesday, December 12, 2017, on the Grind Tuesdays, don't ever give your energy around useless people who have no ambition to change or take risks in life. There's a whole lot of people just like that. A whole lot of talkers, but not a whole lot of doers. A whole lot of individuals that say that they about, change. They about that life. They about making things happen. They about, they living a lifestyle that they proclaim they live, but at the end of the day, they're afraid to make moves. You have folks like that, especially folks that call themselves adults, but you're not really an adult because you tend to stay afraid of not just moving on. The other example I could give you guys is that I did not want to go to the beach today to do the podcast. I was like, we can go in the backyard and just record the sky and do it. And then I said to myself, fuck that, we ain't about to do that because that right there is boring. And despite what may be going on, why are we going to stay in the backyard to record the sky? What are we going to gain for that? We're going to gain nothing for that. What we're going to gain is still be angry for some odd reason because we know that being creative, we need to get out to enjoy life. and have fun. And whatchamacallit, and not just be staying in one place, being stuck in life, not enjoying the fruits that's going on. I kid you not, when I went to the beach around 11 something, after taking care of some other business today or whatever, I felt free. There's a reason being I keep talking about, when I'm having a house by the beach or whatever, and things of that nature. Because you really do feel free. You feel free away from the negativity around you. And the crazy thing is, it's the negativity of folks usually living in the metropolitan areas, or the city areas, as we call it. That's the reason why with this post I say you cannot give your energy around negative ass people that do not want to go anywhere in life, that truly is afraid of making new things happen and doing new things. And part of the reason is usually their mindset or what folks have said. And it's a sad shame that individuals, especially adults, have to be like that. You take a look at children, and they don't be afraid to make things happen. They go ahead and push and make things happen. They want what they want out of life. I said it before last week. What made you as an adult just crumble and just become so bombarded and negative over little things that you just fail to see the great potential that's within you, to which you can make great things happen and stuff like that? Like who took that away from you? Or who the fuck was you listening to the point that you was afraid of making changes because you said life is getting in the way, and then you also said, well, I can't do this because I got kids, or you hanging around Pookie and Nene, Tyrone and Sarah, Billy and Christian, or Phoebe and John, or whoever, and they not looking to move anywhere in their life or make something happen because they are afraid of whatever it is. Or the best thing we all say, we don't have time, or we really don't have money to do things. Like I said before, I went to the beach. Shit, go to the beach, is free. If you know how to get there, or public transportation and things of that nature, so you have to pay for parking. But despite all that, the park is free, depending where you living at and how safe it is. Go to the mountains where there's no forest fires and things happening off or whatever. But despite what kind of excuses you're trying to make, you can still make things happen. But when you hang around negative ass people that just don't fully give two fucks as to what it is that they want to do in life, and they just bland and boring and things of that nature, or they doing things, but you look at their life, so like, what are you gaining from it? Are you really growing? And if they're not growing, and you just say to yourself, well, you gotta grow, baby, you gotta grow. Because if you don't grow, then what are you actually, working towards? And that's truth. That is truth and reality. And not me to press play on my Periscope video. I was trying to, trying to make sure that that the broadcast was actually correct. There we go. Because I did two of them at the beach, and The other one I was doing had messed up, so I had to redo it again or whatever. I want to make sure that I had the right page while I'm doing. Okay, it's still bringing up the other one. That's not cool at all. Whatever. Ain't gonna worry about it. But other than that, though, like, ladies and gents, don't hang around negativity type people or folks that's just not going anywhere. Because once you do that, you become just like them. Best thing to do is, even you may be close to them, you can eliminate them out your life, or you can actually help them get to where they might want to get to. And let them know that outside of life is something else greater and better than what they've been told. So you don't want to give your energy around folks that's just not going to give the same energy back. Basically around negative type people or folks that's just not going anywhere in life. Even in business, it happens too. And I've seen it a lot, different type of businesses I've been in, where you have folks who do not kick it with other folks due to their energy and things of that nature. And it's, at the time, it's like, damn, it's like they kind of harshing them. But then again, you really see the truth reality of it. It's like, nah. It's like that person just haven't grown yet because of the environment at the end. Like they need to learn and grow and need to let go. And just go ahead and need to make great things happen for themselves and their family. That's what you guys need to do as well. You guys need to do the same thing. And not just miss it out on life. Because I know sometimes you do miss out on life on different things. But you know what? We still got to continue to push regardless. Period. Let's continue. This tax bill about to be interesting right here. Especially for businesses, man. It's really about to be interesting. Everything that's happening right now in our government is interesting as hell. That's all I got to tell you guys. Let's continue. So for Motivational Wednesdays, December 13, 2017, I'm going to let you guys in on a little secret. Social media should be used to promote your business and products. Social media should not be used to promote your life's business. Period. I know a whole lot of individuals on social media. Business folks and great friends. And family members as well too. And the crazy thing that I always see is a whole lot of individuals posting too much of themselves and what they do each and every day in life. To which, even if you are a celebrity, it's like, damn, we don't need to know everything you do each and every fucking day. If you promoted a product and you have to put yourself into your promotion, to promote your product, I can understand that. Because you promoted a service, you're promoting a good that we may need. But when you just fully promote your whole life, this is what I'm doing, this is where I'm going, woo, this and this and this, it's like, damn, we don't need to know that you was over here at McDonald's on the Crenshaw, at Burger King on Crenshaw and Slauson at 4:44 p.m. getting yourself a double Whopper with cheese, with the extra bacon on it and some other stuff, and then you about to get in your car and you about to go to Beverly Hills to go to the Apple store out there, or go to the Louis Vuitton store or whatever store is out over there, and get yourself a little iPhone 10 or a Gucci bag. It's like, damn, it's like, we don't need to know all that shit. Yeah, whatever. And the reason why I say it like that is because, like I said before, social media really was a platform for information in regards to schoolwork and things of that nature. At the same time, too, was a platform for something else greater, including for businesses, to promote the business. Not for folks to really just be putting their business out there. Like, that's not cool at all. That's scary and things of that nature. Like, I really have to watch myself and what I say on my podcasts in regards to what it is I doing. Like, I have to watch myself while I say, I had the Galaxy, whatever phone, thing of that nature. And I'm like, hold up. While I was over at the beach, whatever, I was like, hold up. Let me slow my behind down. Because we shouldn't be saying all that extra shit and whatever. Let the folks know that we have. Even though it could be a little bit mental sometimes. What I mean by mental, like don't test your boy. I'm a cool person, but your boy from, I already told you, from California. Right? Listen to other podcasts to know which city, Other than that, because I ain't gonna continue on what I just said with that part. But dude, just know this. Most of you guys that got social media sites, y'all need to tone y'all shit down. Y'all, first of all, y'all need to stay off of social media from time to time, period. So you can actually focus on other things, as opposed to what the fuck Donald Trump is doing, what Shanae is doing, what Pete is doing. I mean, y'all really need to tone down on it. Especially the women. Y'all really need to tone down on the shit that y'all be saying online. Good grief. Some of y'all do be looking beautiful on some of the pictures y'all be posting up and everything. I ain't gonna lie about that. But at the same time, though, y'all need to stop going overboard what it is with what y'all are doing. Because y'all are posting too much information up or whatever that y'all letting people know where the fuck you at and things of that nature, and that's not cool at all. That's scary. And the reason why that is scary is because you never know who the hell is actually watching what you're doing or listening to what you're doing. So you have to be very careful with that. That's my only gripe about social media, is that you really have to be careful with what it is that you're saying and portraying online. Because you can't trust everybody. Even on Snapchat, I don't really, like, if I'm on Snapchat, I may post, I might be at the beach and say, you guys may hear my voice. I may not post pictures of me that much or whatever, because, it's enough that I have on other social sites that did in the past, and I may post a picture of myself every once in a while. But I don't do all of that type of stuff. If you guys know what happened what happened back in February with the other iPhone, that was different. I was on the bus on the way back home, got caught slipping while I was watching the video. Then it gripped my phone like it normally usually had. At the time, I didn't believe in those little pop socket thingies and the little finger phone rings that you have to hold your phone whenever. I didn't believe in those. I thought that was kind of whatever. But later on, after that little shit happened, when that phone got snatched up, and I was, by the grace of God, didn't chase after the dude. The Holy Spirit told me not to. But at the same time, though, just with that though, the crazy thing behind that was we still got another phone, still got another iPhone, so whatever. But we didn't really put our life out like that, if you know what I mean. And at the same time, when it comes to me do like these podcasts and stuff like that, you guys really just need to bring it on down when it comes to social media and not just be posting up things 24/7. And that's the other phone that just made the noise in the background too. One phone try to get the payoff fully, which I already did a little half of that, but try to trade it in for something else. But nevertheless, if you're on social media, tone your ass down in regards to what it is you post up. Because you can't trust everybody. And not everybody is going to really follow you for good decisions. So, know that. For Daily Tips Thursday, December 14, 2017, I said, a mind which is willing to learn from the wise will be the mind that sparks a great revolution in the future. Which is very much true. Because when you really look at the bigger picture of things, If you listen to folks that have great wisdom and folks that aren't fully prideful but are very humble in what they give you, you can truly understand that post that when you learn from folks at the wise and use their wisdom and use it and apply it to yourself, you will then have great ideas for greater things that can spark different revolutions and things that can truly benefit you in your business, but as well help out others. We as humans, we get wisdom from different individuals. Some of us listen to those individuals, some of us don't. Some of us think that we know everything and we don't. And some of us, we're not prideful, we just want to do things our own selves. So we tend to go ahead and just, in our famous words, we just do us, but at the same time, we just do whatever, if you know what I mean. But with that, though, what we also need to plan and do, ladies and gents, is just listen to the wise, because it's going to spark different type of revolutions that may help out the people, or it's going to spark a revolution that's going to create something new that's artistic, that's going to set a foundation for something else greater. So a great mind, or a mind which is willing to learn from the wise, will be the mind that sparks a great revolution in the future, or spark a great idea, like the Steve Jobs and things of that nature, the Bill Gates and whatever. You know, folks that change different things because they had ideas, but they also pay attention to those before us that had wisdom and learn from that. So, for today's post, December 15th, 2017, Boss Ass Fridays, I said, in troubled times, one must not fold and give up on life. You must strengthen the courage to keep on moving forward. As I go ahead and close this, we, as individuals, tend to fall to the wayside of what's going on around us. We tend to be afraid of what may come and what may happen in life. We truly are creatures of weakness because we don't fully understand what's really going on behind the scenes. So we tend to fall into different type of categories because we are afraid as to what's happening, as to what's going on. We, ladies and gents, need to understand that in this life, we are going to go through challenges and changes and things that's going to mold us and break us down because we don't fully understand what's going on. But regardless of the fact, what we have to do is that we have to face the funk at times, and we have to not be afraid of troubled times. Troubled times is going to test us. Troubled times is going to see where we at in life. Troubled times is going to let us know if we are able to continue to move forward in life or we still go be behind. We cannot fold and crumble because of what may happen, we have to continue to move forward, to make things happen, and at the same time to continue to push. Because when we don't push in life, then we just fall to the waistline. We fall to the wayside. And then we say to ourselves, wow, what has happened to us? Why did we just crash and crumble? We say to ourselves, why did we lose focus of what's going on? We say to ourselves, why are we afraid as to what is truly going on? You know, like why? Like what's really happening? And part of the reason is because it's easy. We are afraid of things that we do not know. So we tend to fold. And we tend to lose ourselves. That is never great. It's never good to lose yourself because of the unknown. What we have to continue to do is continue to push and strive for greatness, strive for something bigger than ourselves, and continue to move forward in life. Straight up. So with that, ladies and gents, when troubled times do come, you can't fold, you can't crumble. Because the enemy of fear would easily break you down to the point where you lose yourself because you don't understand what's going on. Keep your focus and push through, and you will find that life is not scary as you think it is. Straight up. So with that though, ladies and gents, I thank you guys for tuning into today's podcast. Like I said before, I will continue to do this podcast in 2018. I'm not going anywhere. I worked too fucking hard to get to where I'm at. And I worked so hard to give you guys game as to what's really going on and things of that nature. This podcast itself will be up before 8 o'clock p.m. Pacific time, California time tonight. Let you guys know that right now. And the reason why I'm saying that is because I'm already working on the website as I'm speaking to you guys. So the only thing I gotta do is wait for this podcast to upload once I'm done speaking on it. And then once that is done, then the cool thing about it is that go ahead, upload the little YouTube link for it to the website, then upload the website, and then I just go ahead and do my social media type things where everything is posted up. And I gotta check the Facebook and stuff because I ain't quite sure if I posted up today's post online. I may have. I'm not quite certain about that. Regardless of the fact, though, I truly thank you guys, and I really do thank you guys. Well, I said it yesterday. I truly do thank you guys for letting me use this platform that I'm using to speak to you guys. It's always a blessing. And the reason being is because I have fun speaking to you guys through the podcast. And excuse the language as well. Didn't mean to do all this cursing like I was doing earlier and things of that nature. I don't need to do that. You guys know that. But you guys also know that I keep everything real too. I don't sugarcoat things of that nature. Straight up. Regardless of the fact, thank you guys for tuning in. Stay tuned later on at hiprockerproductioncm.com. That is hiprockerproductioncm.com for the rest of the links and stuff like that in the podcast. You guys enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy your weekend. Merry early Christmas to everybody. And with that, a happy early New Year to everybody too. Catch you guys on the flip side. Catch you guys next week. It's your boy Chinchilla Q. Saying peace, one love. I'm out. Deuces.